We live in a high-tech world, which means we also deal with high-tech problems. From not enough storage on your device to a printer that won't print today, we are addressing those problems, some of those biggest headaches, and helping you troubleshoot those ideas. Sarah Kimmel with the website Family Tech is here to help us out. You're an expert, but you know, I write about tech too, but we have problems too. People will say like, you're the tech expert, but we still have to troubleshoot stuff.
Yeah, and not only for yourself, but for your family and your neighbor and your friends and everybody else.
Everybody who calls you.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna walk through the 5 tech issues and share solutions for each one. The first one is probably the biggest complaint people give, slow computer.
Yeah, that is the biggest complaint. Everybody, hey, my computer's slow, what can I do about it? 9 times out of 10, it's because there's malware on the computer. So what you want to do is just run a scan. There's a free software called Malwarebytes. It's B-Y-T-E-S, and you can just run a scan on your computer, clean up all of that. It's usually adware, things that are gonna pop up ads and things like that are really just bogging your computer down.
Yeah, I use like a free cleaner upper, you know, that goes through and says, hey, this file's too big, or this, get rid of this video. But
exactly.
We never want to get rid of stuff. That's what's causing our stuff to be slow.
Yes.
Okay, so the second one is running out of storage, which is a similar, that might be why your computer's running slow.
It is actually part of the reason why your computer could be slow. And so really you want to store most of your stuff on the cloud or on a NAS device. So NAS is network attached storage. So it's basically a device that you have on your local network at your home that can have all the files over there. So you either want to move all of those files to a NAS device or to the cloud, or I recommend to both.
Do you do both?
I do both.
And where do you keep your hard drive that you're storing everything on?
Yeah, so it's not a hard drive. So an external hard drive fails frequently.
Yeah.
So you want a NAS. As a NAS has multiple hard drives, and so it has redundancy. So one hard drive fails, you just replace that drive, and everything syncs back up, and you don't lose any data.
So I haven't done that yet. Do you have one you love?
I love Synology,
okay.
But also MyCloud Western Digital has a MyCloud one that's pretty good as well.
Oh, okay, I got to get on that one. Okay, so the next one I think is going to be different because people have different printers, but if all of a sudden your printer doesn't work, what do you find is normally the most common problem?
So, and this is actually a really frequent problem.
Yeah.
You know, there's like, oh, my printer's not printing anymore. Usually it's because the network information has changed on the printer and the computer doesn't see where the printer is anymore. So if you just remove the printer from your computer and add it back, it's going to sync everything back up and be fine. If that doesn't work, you might want to just clear out the queue so you can see, hey, these print jobs failed. Delete everything that's in that queue, and then unplug the printer, plug it back in, and it should work again.
Unplugging and plugging is like the answer to 95% of people's problems.
Absolutely. We'll get into that at the end. Yeah.
Okay. The next one is talking about data disappearing. This just happened to me the other day with my calendar. A couple of my son's basketball games weren't there.
Yeah.
And so I put them on because I'm like, where'd they go? And then the next day I had double.
Right.
So what's up with that?
So there's a couple things that can be happening there. The first thing, and this is what I say to my son who loses his shoes, I'm like, well, where did you put them? Nobody else moved your shoes. And usually it's a person that is putting it in the wrong spot. So you're adding it to the wrong calendar, or you're adding it to a calendar that you're not visualizing at that moment. So you look at your calendars, you see these check marks, and you have to check mark the ones that you can see. So maybe you're not seeing that calendar that you have it on, or you put it on the wrong calendar.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, honestly, there's just like a glitch in the system. Like sometimes that is
and so sometimes if I'm at the doctor's office and I put a calendar appointment and they don't have good internet at that location, then it does kind of go into that ether and disappear.
Okay, and the last one is just your internet's not working. I'm at the high school a lot.
Yeah.
A million kids are like, my internet's not working. So what's the simple answer for that?
Yeah, at your home, it's usually just need a reboot on that modem or your router. So just go over to where it is, unplug the power from it, plug it back in. So as we were talking about, 95% of the issues you can solve with just a simple reboot.
Oh my gosh, seriously, it is the number one. We make fun of the tech guys here, but that's what they tell us every time. Did you reboot? Did you reboot? Okay, where can we get more info from you?
I'm Family Tech on YouTube, Instagram, and all over social media.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, coming up next, you can find all her tech tips and more on our website too. You can just type in the keywords into our search bar and it'll direct you to the content you're looking for.